There's 2 games left or 2 days left for the regular season. The voting day is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Criteria for MVP in your mind.
So glad you asked. Uh, First of all, let's talk about some of these things people are asking themselves. The first one is, what does an MVP mean? Is it the most valuable to the team? Is it the production? Let me be very clear. We're not talking about team MVPs. If that was the case, let's hand out 13 MVP trophies. Okay. You can have, I don't know, I could argue Paige could be MVP. I could argue Sonia Citron. Washington wouldn't have won any games without Sonia. Give NECA one up in Seattle. Give LA, KP one in LA. That's not what this is. This is not who's the best on their team or anything like that. This is who's the best in the league. This is the league MVP. So please stop all that silliness talking about who's more impactful on their team. By the way, Asia wins that argument too. We went 1-3 without her. She impacts both sides of the game. And I mean, that line of thinking, I could sit there and say, oh, Nalissa Smith is our MVP because before Nalissa, we were 8-8, and with her, we're 20-6. Come on. Nobody cares about your feelings and your opinions. Math doesn't lie. The numbers are the numbers. I'm sorry if you don't like it. And whether she's winning her 12th MVP, which she very well could in her career, or her first, you don't crown someone at the beginning of the year and then walk it back so that it fits your narrative. That's why you don't do that. Willie, do you write a story? Did you write about our points and assists and our rebounds tonight? No, because the game hasn't happened yet. That's why you go, you observe, and you follow where the truth and the numbers lead. Because the numbers is the one thing that don't lie. This whole darn city was built on numbers and math. Math wins. That's why I'm a terrible gambler sometimes. I always think I can win, but math wins. And you don't construct a story or a narrative while this, by the way, the person that owns the crown is still wearing the crown and playing. You don't do that. Next question.
What are you excited to see from Cheyenne tonight?
I don't know. I'm still thinking about how Caroline got me heated over here. What did you ask?
What are you excited to see from Cheyenne tonight as she makes her debut?
Oh man, I'm just happy that so much work. I mean, it's really phenomenal what she's been able to do. I'm like, literally, this woman had a whole human in her a couple months ago. Um, it's been remarkable to watch her work, but also just her presence and uh, her joy coming back and working. And I know it's been a process for her, but I'm just happy to, man, she just wants to get on that court. She wanted to play last game. Our trainers were like, not going to let it happen yet, but she's been raring to go. So I'm excited just to put her out there. Probably pretty short stints. She's still working on getting her win back, but it's pretty remarkable to see her out there, having just given birth a couple months ago.
Talked about focus earlier, but even though you're playing a team that's already out of the playoffs, how do you stay focused to make sure you don't get upset against a team like that that has nothing to lose tonight?
Well, a team that plays very free and loose is always a dangerous team. But as I said before, we want to be a focus towards detail and execution, no matter who we're playing. It's going to be Bantam tonight ripping off these screens, but we want to prepare for when, Kelsey Mitchell's ripping off screens or Sabrina or whoever we're playing. We always want to be about what we do. So let's do it excellently against Chicago so that it helps our foundation when we go and play these other teams. But every team is scary in this league. I think one thing this league has done this year was prove on any given night anybody can beat anybody. All it takes is a bad shooting night on one hand and somebody get hot on the other end. There's a thin line between winning and losing in this league. That's why you have to be about those consistent habits, winning nature, so that if things do start to go wrong, hopefully you can sustain some stuff. But we want to be sharp. We don't want any lax games or let up games. like I said, we're boats right now. No breaks.
All right, Nikias on Zoom. Nikias?
All right, Coach, I actually had another awards question for you. As you talked a lot about how important the numbers can be and stuff like this.
All
Since
right,
there-
Nikias, we'll come back to you. I think we're having audio issues. Andrew?
Andrew Jones right here. Coach,
I
just want to ask you, since you were in the same position as
fantastic.
Sylvia Maya, and also, can she hear me? Okay. That you were in the same position
I
as
saw him
Sylvia.
today. Oh.
Okay.
Sucks.
Yep.
Nikias,
I'm-
text or
can you hear
chat
me?
Caroline your question, or you can just chat in the Zoom. Andrew, you as well.
Okay.
By the way, the W needs to think about doing some things that the NBA did, which is put your name on it. The voting should be made public. You don't get to hide behind your keyboards. Everything else you do is out in the public. Why would you keep that private? You know, let's keep journalism honest and telling the truth and doing the work. I think every league has to release it, not here. And so I think that's something that the W needs to look at. You know, in the NBA, you have to play a certain number of games. You have to play 79% of the games, which I think is 60, what was that number? 65 or 63 games, or you're not even up for individual awards. You know, so just food for thought. Say it with your chest. Ballots should be public. Everything we get put on public. Everything, I mean,
From Nikias, on the awards front, since there aren't a lot of great public stats out there defensively or on the defensive end, what would you recommend people look at when determining DPOY or all defense teams or players on those teams?
I think first you could do the eye test, right? And I think let me tell you, there's a difference between, damn, that girl's nice, right? As a fan. And then the one that goes, damn, like that. Asia does that to you every game, daily. On the defensive end, by the way.
All righty, I think that's it. Thank you so much.